Hi, welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Wednesday, January 5th. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church in Maplewood, New Jersey. And Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation for you to pause in your day, to take a few moments to just rest and be still and breathe and center yourself in God who made you and loves you and calls you by name. Today, for Take a Break, Take a Breath, I'm moving into the Gospel of Luke as we finished up Romans the other day. And I'm going to do this, working our way through the Gospel of Luke, by having us hear the story or the reading from the perspective of different people within the reading. And hopefully that will enable us to hear it in different ways, in new ways. It will deepen our relationship with God, I hope, for all of us. That's my prayer for you. Our first reading is Luke 1:1-4, and Luke opens his gospel recognizing a couple of things. One is he's not an eyewitness to the events of Jesus and his life. Two, that there have been other narratives, other stories. So he wants to tell the story after investigating it from the very beginning, going all the way back. And he wants to tell the story of the things that he believes are essential for the faith. And this particular style of this opening section it's set in the format of an academic writing in those days, but the words don't fit that at all. They're much more about expressing or telling a story of his faith or of our faith in Jesus Christ. So if you haven't already done so, I invite you to go to a quiet place in your house and close the door if the room has a door. Settle into a chair and close your eyes and take a deep breath. As you breathe in the breath of God. As you breathe out all that separates you from God. As you breathe in the breath of life. And as you breathe out all that does not give you life. As you breathe in God's peace. And as you breathe out all of your worries and fears and anxieties and all of the things that do not give you peace. Keep breathing deeply and slowly. And with each breath, imagine that the peace of God is settling on you more fully. Perhaps focus first on your mind and allow it to become calm and peaceful in the presence of God. Let all the things that are bouncing around in there just settle down for a little while. And then focus on your face. And if your jaw is tight, let it fall slack a little bit. If your muscles are tight in your brow or at other places on your face, let them relax. And then move to your neck. Let the tensions in the muscles of your neck unwind. Let the pain float away. Move down to your shoulders and your arms and your hands. If your shoulders are hunched up, let them drop. Relax. Let the muscles in your arms, your forearms and your biceps and triceps relax. If your hands are closed, open them. Maybe turn them palm up to receive God's grace. Focus for a moment on your back. Allow the muscles in your back to relax. Let the pain slip away. Let the tensions that are there unwind. And then to your chest. breathing is deep and calm. That your heart rate is restful. Moving down to your stomach. Your stomach is calm. The things that are giving you jitters or indigestion or butterflies, let them calm down. Move down to your legs. Let the aches and pains of running around all day melt away. And then moving down to your feet, think of the possibility of relaxation and renewal of your feet. You are immersed in the presence of God. God touches every cell of your body, every part of you, every part of you. Then in your mind's eye, imagine as I read this reading that you are in the seat of Luke, the one who writes. He's a physician, and he's investigated who Jesus is from the perspective of his faith. And he wants to tell others about it, and he knows all of the other writings about it. He opens this way, so hear these words as if you are composing them as Luke. Since many have undertaken to set down an orderly account of the events that have been fulfilled among us, just as they were handed on to us by those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and servants of this word, I too decided, after investigating everything carefully from the very first, to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know the truth concerning the things about which you have been instructed. Sit with that for a minute in your mind's eye. Look at the words on the page that you have written as Luke. What do you notice? What's your goal? What does it call for from you? Now listen to it again, but this time, listen to it as the one who is being addressed, Theophilus, whose name means God lover. Listen to it as if it has arrived for you and you are reading it for the first time. Since many have undertaken to set down in an orderly account of the events that have been fulfilled among us, just as they were handed on to us by those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and servants of the word, I too decided, after investigating everything carefully from the very first, to write an orderly account to you, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know the truth concerning the things about which you have been instructed. As you look at these words that have come from Luke to you, what do you think he's saying to you? How does it make you feel? What is it calling for from you? Now, in the next few minutes, ponder being in both seats. And imagine that you can have a conversation with God about these 4 short verses, which certainly aren't the most exciting in Luke. What would you want to say to Luke? What would you want to say to Theophilus? What does all of this say to you in this moment in your faith journey? And what would you want to say to God? I'll be quiet after all those questions. And so we're coming to the end of our time for Take a Break, Take a Breath today. So before you open your eyes, bring yourself back to the room where you are. Imagine it. And then open your eyes. Whenever I read a text like this, I always feel like I want to pray for the church at large around the world and all of those who are God lovers, to hold them up and to hold up the teachers who have passed on the faith to them and passed on the faith to me. That's Take a Break, Take a Breath for Wednesday, January 5th. I promise you it will get more interesting as we move further through the Gospel of Luke. If you have feedback for me or if you want to talk or pray, send an email to rick@prospectchurch.org.